What's up, guys? Eagles right here, coming to you from Prison Architect. This is an early access game on Steam. I've been playing it for a little bit. It is just genius. Really like the company who makes it. They are independent, so they have full creative control over whatever they make. This is the first ever lock 'em up game. It's just really fun. It takes I've played some other prison simulators. They've just gotten way too complicated. This is kind of narrowed it down to its necessities. It's just fun. So let's get into a game here. I'm going to be making this into a new series. This is my new channel. I'm just gonna have fun with it. Right now it's just gonna be a recurring thing. So let's start up a new prison. At the start of right now, you have a very limited options to start off with. Sorry if you can hear my voice. This is first try recording. So when we create a new prison, we have three options. We can choose a size. It doesn't really affect anything whether you do small, medium, large. It just affects the amount of area you're going to have at the start. Thanks to the new Alpha 11 update, this is still in Alpha, so this is going to take a little while to develop. Thanks to the new Alpha update, no matter which size you're in, you can start buying new properties adjacent to your prison, just making your prison larger and larger. But to start off with, we're just going to go large, because starting off, we just want as much space as possible, even if we don't use it all. Fog of War, I like this feature because if you turn it on, you can only see inside buildings that have your guards in them or the CCTV cameras. CCTV cameras are kind of annoying, but I like the guards going in and out. But once again, first recording, we're just going to go Fog of War. In continuous intake, you can choose when to receive prisoners. Simple enough. Let's play. Eventually. There you go. When my slow computer finally starts loading this, as you can see, let's just go over a few things you see at the very beginning. We have to-do lists in the top left. These will show you what your grants are. Well, the grants will give you specific objectives that when you complete you might get more money or whatever. Now, this is just what we start off with because we're just new making a prison. We just randomly decided, you know what, we have money, let's go make a prison. Alright, so we can read CEO's letter. It doesn't say anything. It just says, build a prison, don't piss the inmates off. And then, yeah. So right now our prisoner intake, if you leave this on, which you can turn off, it will give you about 8 prisoners every 24 hours. Now, we can change this at all. Here we go. This is basically the core of the game. These are our workmen. Our workmen will build whatever the heck we want them to. They go about $100 per day, so you gotta watch out. They can get a little expensive if you buy them, if you take them in mass. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to get a new grant. Grants are kind of like your get out of jail free cards. They will give you money and you just have to complete whatever they want you to. Now, since we're starting off, we're going to go with the basic detention center. So, this one gives us $40,000 to start with, and it just kind of gives us a list of what we need to get a functioning prison. So, let's begin. First thing you always want to do is, I like to just build a basic area out of fence. That just makes sure your prisoners don't get off. Fence I like because it's free. You don't have to get any materials or anything. It's just tell your men to work on it and they will. Now I use a double door construction because our prisoners kind of like to get out if there's anything less. And boy, when they get out, they just start running. So as you can see here, once we plop these down, our workmen will just go out and start building. You can see their progress by these green bars they have. And they will just continue building anything near them until there's either no materials left or until there are no jobs left. So let's speed this up a little bit. So while we're doing this, we can also just drag the next few sections. Maybe we'll want 25. And then with fences, since they're free, you can just change them however you want later. 34. Let's just go down a lot. Okay, maybe that's way too short. I don't really ever measure anything. I just go by eyeball estimation here. I like how one of the cool features of this game is that it will give you actual measurements when you drag out. I don't care. I just once again seat of my pants estimations here. So there we go. This is our basic going to be a structure. We can expand it later if we want, if we actually get some more prisoners, if we can build up. But for now, this is all the space we'll need. So let's get these guys working on it. Another cool thing is you get this planning tools. Now planning, well, sorry, that just went away. So, as you can see in planning, we can just drag out things, plan out areas we want. If we don't like it, we can delete them, change them, blah, blah, blah. And they won't make our workers do anything. So, let's just speed these guys up. Come on, what am I paying you for? Work faster. How hard can it be to put up a frickin' fence? Alright, so, first thing we're gonna do, as you can see on the left, these are our basic necessities for a prison. Now, holding cell probably is going to be the first thing, because otherwise your prisoner is just going to walk around, and that is never a good thing. You always want to have your prisoners in some sort of controlled environment. So, we're going to look over here at the rooms. Rooms will tell you the requirements for a room, and then you can designate a room, so the players in the game will know where to go, when to go, all that good stuff. Now, first thing we're going to build is a holding cell. It can hold about, I think, nearly infinite. As many as the size will allow. You can put as many prisoners in there as you want. They won't be necessarily happy, but it'll give them a place to go. Minimum size 5x5. It needs to be indoors, toilet, bench. Good. So let's plan this out so we can get a... Let's give them a little bit more room. So we'll make it about a 9x9 square here, which will give us a 7x7 area inside. So that's going to be our holding cell. We're not actually going to build that out just yet, just in case if I miss something. I'm going to just plan out the next few necessities. Now, the next thing I want to build is a kitchen, because without a kitchen, your prisoners get really pissed off and ready to kill some people. That is not good. I like to build the kitchen right next to the delivery area, because the delivery area is where they're going to be dropping off the food, and it's just a quicker succession from food to meals to less angry prisoners. So let's just make this nice big area for a canteen. Well, canteen, of course, is where they're actually going to be eating. And then we'll make this little bit over here as the kitchen. Maybe make that a little bit smaller. Yep. Alright, so we have a kitchen, we have a canteen, we have a holding cell. Let's see what else we got. We need showers, because the showers aren't a necessity right at the very beginning. I like to just throw them in, because otherwise they're going to get angrier quicker. Once they get angry, they just go ballistic and start breaking stuff. So, it might just be a good... we'll wait till we build... Yeah, we'll just throw showers right there. The showers don't have to be too big. Kitchen, canteen, yard... And we also need to build a yard. A yard just where they can go out, exercise, all that good stuff. It should be fairly big. I usually secure it behind a second fence, so I'm just going to put it here in the corner away from everyone's eyes. Okay, so, we basically planned out all the necessities for these for the basic detention center. Let's actually start building. Now, our guys aren't done building just yet, but we can just give them new tasks, so when they're done with that, they'll just go and start building more. Foundations, if you're going to build something inside, you need a foundation. Your foundation, so let's start off with the holding cell, because that's going to be where the prisoners actually go. We want to make sure that's first done. I know we still have 20 hours left, but let's just get everything done. So as you can see here, it gives us a basic square. Requires entrance. Before they will start, before the walls go up, you need an entrance. You don't have to do it right off the start, but I just like to do it so it's out of the way. Jail doors, they can only be opened by guard, and just good if you're going to put someone in jail or put someone behind an area you really don't want them to get out. So, when this area up here is done, it looks like they are just finishing up. They're going to grab, yep, they're grabbing building frame, concrete floors, and they're just going to start filling in this area. I might watch them just so you guys can get a feel for what's actually going on. So they will drop down the materials outside the build parameters, and then whenever they need more of that item, they'll just go back, grab some more. I really like it because as you can see down here on the right, you get new deliveries. Trucks come by every so often, so you can get whatever you need, and then the builder... So it's not like other games where the items will just appear out of thin air. And there you go. There's our first, well, basically, there's our first room. Now, as you can see, it's very dark. There are no lights. Well, they're installing lights, but there's no power. That's another good thing to get. Without power, you've got nothing. So, first thing first, well, first thing right now, we're going to go to utilities. In utilities is really the infrastructure of your prison. There's power and water. Both are necessary. So for power station, I just like to plop it down outside the prison wall, so in case a riot starts, no one breaks it, and I also like to put down my water.